everybody gets an agenda, either electronically or we put it in the mailbox. But there are several people who pay their activity fee, and they got, this month they got the minutes, it was in their mailbox. So, with the August meeting minutes having been distributed, are there any corrections or objections or comments? Hearing none, could I have a motion, please? Jerry, thank you. Second. Dave, thank you. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thanks again. Treasurer's report.
Well, in July we had basically no activity, and August was about the same. We only deposited $27.21. That was the $10 that we asked people to pay. We got 2 of those payments, and $7.21 from people who were using Walter Frank and donated a bit for that. So that money was deposited. I also received after that another $10 activity fee, and that brings us to a total of $1,181.92. So basically $1,200 that we have to work with. And if you think you have not donated your $10 yet, I'm very happy to receive it today. So
we'll take it again if you want to donate twice.
Hopefully we'll call the second one a donation. All right. Any questions, objections, comments about the treasurers or the money? Could I have a motion, please?
Make a motion.
David? Steve? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
You don't get a vote. Thank you.
There's always one.
We appreciate you being here, but we're not going to let you vote. That set the record straight. All right, we have our standing committee report. Joe and Fred.
This month I sent out 2 thinking of you cards, and I should say in August. And I want to say who. It's Kay Kopp, and she's improving nicely. And Bev Marcy broke her collarbone. She's improving nicely too.
She got home yesterday.
Very good. Thank you for that information. Please let me know if you hear of anybody.
Thank you. But I don't see Betty, so she must not be with us, but I don't hear of anything extracurricular going on down the Walter Frank. But Peggy.
Thank you. First, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you that sent me a card when my son unexpectedly passed away, and I kind of dropped into some illnesses. So I appreciate all of you and all you have done for me. We start out with John and Cinda Whitaker. They have moved into 20D Valley, and she is working in the gift shop. So you all need to meet her. And then we have Judy Sheridan. She moved into 27C Council. And we have Bob Warren, who will be moving in this week at 37A Noble. And we have, my pen didn't work, Jean Copus, who will be moving into 5D Consistory. And I don't know the date of that. And then we'll have one opening, and that'll be 34A night. And that'll be it.
Did you want to mention like Carmen, who just moved in?
Oh, I thought I had, oh, she's on the
She's
list.
been in there, yeah, she was in last.
She was in, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. Thanks for keeping track of all of them. All right. Well, according to the sign-up sheet, the men are going to Longhorns in Beaver Creek, and it looked full.
Got a few spots left. The one next week is full. They'll probably be pulling that.
Yeah, next week is a group off campus, Smith's.
Schmidt, yeah.
That's a good feed.
Yeah.
That's a good feed. And if I believe the happenings, the Fairfield Mall trip was changed to Kohl's.
Yeah, that shopping center. Just this
Over
one.
here?
Yeah.
Over here?
Yeah.
So that'll be the 18th. The only one I don't know is the ladies off campus. Anybody know where the ladies are going?
Blueberry Cafe.
Where?
Blueberry Cafe.
Where is that, Joanne?
Where is it?
Where?
There's two of them. Where is it, Bellbrook or sometime?
Oh, Bellbrook.
Someplace.
Bellbrook's the original one. And then they opened up, I can't remember where they opened up the new one.
I'll just put in Blueberry
You're,
Cafe.
you're going to the original one.
Yeah, we couldn't get in the new one.
The new one
Plus
is,
reservation.
yeah, it's, you gotta get hour plus wait,
Right.
even if you get a reservation.
Well, that's good news, I guess. All right. All right, puts us down to Mr. David.
All right, well, I only have two things. Tom just covered all half of mine, so I don't have to have as much to say. Let's see, we have Vintage Voices. They've been here before. They'll be here September 12th at 2 o'clock in the auditorium, so come out and support them. We have Coffee Connection next Friday, the 13th. It'll be in this room at 1 o'clock. And then September 16th, I don't usually say this one, but we have Bingo Bash. So come out and play bingo in the auditorium. That's open to all residents. September 16th at 1:30. Be in the auditorium. And that brings us to our Springfield Masonic Community Fest, which is September 14th. That's our fireworks and everything. It starts at 6:30 over at the clubhouse. We do have a couple food trucks lined up. We will be given a $5 food voucher that you can redeem at the food truck, so it's one per resident. You'll be able to pick that voucher up at the night of the event at the clubhouse. Right now, I think Terry McClintock's going to be passing those out for me. Okay, so just look for Terry, and you'll get your $5 off voucher that you can use at one of the two food trucks. We also have Kona Ice. That's free compliments of Premier Health, Fidelity Home Health Care. That's here on campus. They'll be sponsoring the Kona Ice. Those are free to everybody. Fireworks, approximate starting time 8:45, but it's getting darker.
Yeah.
It looked like 8:20 it was dark last night, so whenever it gets dark enough, they'll start firing the fireworks, okay? Matthew will be our entertainment. We will be having a tent put up just like last year, so Matthew will be under the tent. And we will be doing a 50-50 raffle at the event, so bring a little cash. The proceeds go to the events committee and the employee relations committee. So there will be staff selling tickets for the 50-50. Also, my events committee people will sell them. Let's see. We did put on here Dr. Norman, the podiatrist. He'll be here September 25th. You need to call for an appointment with him. Now, I know when you call, you never talk to anybody when you call that number because they travel a lot. So she usually gets back to you by Friday. So just call, leave a message. Helena will get back to you, okay? Al Mahan, he'll be here September 25th. He'll be in the Reflected Gallery in the library at 1:30. And then it brings me to our First Responder Pancake Breakfast. It's always, First Responder Day is always the same day of the year, which is September 27th. So that's it's on a Friday this year. So Friday, September 27th in the clubhouse, we'll have our First Responder Pancake Breakfast from 8 to 10 a.m. It's $5 per ticket or per person. It's free to all first responders. You can purchase your ticket from me, which I do not have any on me yet, or Terry in the mailroom. Okay, but come out and mingle with the first responders and thank them for their services, and we usually have a very good crowd to that. And last thing I have on my list is the Walgreens vaccine clinic. I got that set up for all IL residents. The sign-up sheet is out there, and I just looked at it. They're on the second page now. So, but they will stay as long as they need to give the vaccines. They are giving RSV, flu, pneumonia, shingles, and COVID-19, the most current one. Okay?
Do we get a COVID shot every year like?
Ask that pharmacist. It's in the news again, and they're recommending it. I guess they haven't mandated it to us yet, so, which I hope they don't, but I guess it's up to everybody's own personal decision.
They recommend everyone get this new one now.
It's in the news. They're recommending it, but it's pretty much up to you if you want to get it. But COVID is showing its head again, so just keep that in mind. All right. Other than that, that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions? Steve?
Is that pancake breakfast is that an events committee one? Or is that
That's us.
Sure. Is that us? Okay.
That's all us. Okay. And we'll have pancakes, sausage, sausage gravy and biscuits, juice and milk. I tried to talk the committee into having eggs, but they won't let me scramble a bunch of eggs. So they're saying I'm going overboard a little bit. One day we'll have eggs at it. So other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you, David.
I meant to ask him, I've wondered in the library here, I need the large print, but I need the large print. You don't have that. But do they have books that you can listen to?
Do we have audio books
Yeah.
in the library? I don't know.
I don't think they do they, Joanne? I mean, the library, they do deliver here on campus.
Years ago we had them, but we don't have them now.
Don't have them now?
Park library.
But you can get stuff delivered here on campus. Their mobile unit comes here. I don't know how often. Is it once a month or so?
You could probably order them from the library.
Yeah, you can order them from the library. They do drop them off here. They'll drop them off at your door.
Well, I really miss not being able to read
Okay.
books. And the only trouble with the ones you listen to, half the time I fall asleep. And I have to remember where he was so I can go back and listen.
Well, you can call the library. I know there's a certain number for that mobile delivery.
Okay.
And they should be able to give it to you. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I picked up a large print one here a while back, and you turn pages pretty quick, and I wondered if it had the same number of words in it as a standard print, and they do, from what I can read. I went through it pretty fast. It was easy on the eyes. Good question. All right. Old business. Anybody got any old business they want to talk about? I got a bunch, but yes, Steve.
I don't know if this is old or new, but the 20th, the 21st, our meet and greet shindig we're going to have over at the community.
You mean our cookout?
Yeah. What time are we going to do?
We don't have a time, and that's what we need to establish right now. I just looked, Ohio State has not get the kickoff yet, and that's just a little over 2 weeks out. So I'm at your pleasure. I prefer 2 or 4. I don't know whether it's a noon game. I doubt it's a 7:30 game. It could be a noon, it could be a 3:30, it could be a 7:30. I can't believe they don't get those out, but they don't have it on the internet yet. So what's your pleasure? 2, 4?
If we're gonna eat.
I don't want to go any later than 4.
No, 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Huh?
4 to 6. Yeah, 4
4 to, yeah, roughly 4 to 6. If it's a 7:30 start, we'll be there. If it's a noon start, you'll get it all. If it's a 3:30 start, David will have to show us how to put it on the screen.
Yeah.
But remember, we won't have it on the screen when the players are doing their program. Because we have asked the community player group here, the Springfield Community Players, come over and do a half hour worth of sketches. Not 45 minutes, half hour. So, and I can tell time. And I think we'll get that. Some of them are pretty cute. So we have that, we have the cookout, and we're going to introduce the new people that have moved in. In our meeting with Tony and David last week, Tony was asked at one of his multi-group meetings how often we did a new neighbor introduction. And we did it once a year. And I think everybody else is doing it more often than that. And quite truthfully, I don't know how you have an event in September that you invite all these people to that have moved in since March and not recognize them, and then think you're going to invite them back next March and introduce them then. That just didn't make sense. So we will be introducing the people who have moved in, and I'll tell you who the first one is would be Larry and Lois Power, because they moved in on the weekend we had the party. I invited them to come, but I understand they weren't in a position. They were unloading vehicles when we were doing it. So what's your preference? 2, 4? How many for 2 o'clock?
Make it 2 o'clock, 2 to 4?
2 to 4 or 4 to 6. 2 to 4 or 4 to 6.
If it's a dinner type, I mean, there's going to be enough food for dinner. I would say 4 to 6.
Yeah, 4 to 6.
How many for 2 to 4 and how many for 4 to 6? We're going to vote 2 to 4. 4 to 6. Well, that was easy. 4 to 6, and we'll take our chances. We're going to have a cookout. We're going to ask you to bring a covered dish. We are not going to ask any of the new people to bring anything. And if it's like most migrant farm worker carry-outs I've been to, we'll have enough food. All right. Yes.
Repeat the date.
The 21st of September. And we will not be having coffee and conversation that morning. That's gone. That's 4 to 6. All right. I think I got those 4 things all covered. I had 4 things under that. Thank you, Steve. That was one I had on the list. Bylaw revision. We had some questions out on our bylaws. We've received the answers, and so the officers are ready to start again reviewing the comments that we have and have had from the past. So that is still in progress. Fundraiser. Bring your money next month because I intend to have the tickets here ready to start selling in October. Now we got October, November, December to get these things done. And I want you to know that we are receiving somewhat encouraging support on this thing, so we'll see how many tickets we sell. We hopefully it'll go well. We'll find out. I would like to see us at least do 2 items a year, and they are not cheap. When we had our little thing in the spring for new neighbors, it was right at $600, and you just don't go do that thing for nothing. So hopefully we can get 2 in and have money. There's some other things that I would like to do, some things people here would like for us to do, so that take money. So, any other old business that you would like to talk about? New business. Anybody got anything else? Yes.
I don't know if this is new or not, but to remind everyone that I'm still collecting Bibles and Bible studies and anything that you would like to donate, you can put on, I have a box on my front porch on Jenna Johnson. It's 30A, Chapter Court, next to Raleigh and Joe. They'll take them too if it runs over. So, and just for a short time, I'm also collecting men's ties. We're working with a mission group that is making a sleeping bag for all the homeless people. And they use the ties to tie it up and make a strap for them to be able to carry them with them. So Bible studies, any kind of devotionals, anything like that. There's plenty of room in the box, and I check it every day. And that's 38 Chapter Court. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. I've been able to come up with some stuff for her. She got a nice big container down there. We fill her up. Wish I'd have known about it when I was throwing away stuff when we left Cambridge. I would have filled it up. I had a whole car full of that kind of stuff that had collected over the 20-some years we lived in that one. Okay, any other new business? Mary?
Uh,
I didn't get out
well,
the gun. The world will let you get away with it.
registering to vote, does the community here do anything for that? Because I have a bunch of the blanks if you want to register. If you move from some other county or some other state, you need to register for Clark County. So Dave, what does the community here do for new people to help get them registered?
That I do not know, to be honest with you. I'm sure Terry in the mailroom probably has those forms.
Okay.
You could check there. I did have a Scottish Rite resident say that she was asking about, she moved in wanting to know about registering. She called there and they said just as long as you have your address, you should be fine. So your new address. You should
On
be
an
fine.
official document.
Right, so, right.
Which includes gas bills and electric bills and everything else, I think.
So,
It's still better to register. It's faster.
Literally, if you change precincts, you're supposed to register. I think we should not stop you from casting a provisional. Yes, Mary?
The K4 Community Act.
I let Dan get away with this, I'm not gonna let you.
The K4 Community Act has under more, it has a chat section. And it always says there are no conversations to display. And I contacted the community, the one who runs the app, and said, well, how do I contact, like Sally and I wanted to get in contact. So I asked, how do I do that? They don't know.
Who's you ask?
Whoever, I don't know, it was whoever's on, I don't know how I got the number, but I could tell you eventually when I.
I mean, under the more, it says community chat.
It says chat, and it says there are no conversations to display. It always says that.
Yeah, it's not being used.
I'm looking for a conversation, and I can't find any.
Well, you got me, the only chat I ever had was with the PCO, I didn't enjoy it.
I don't think anybody ever uses that. So I'm looking for somebody who uses that.
Well, I surely haven't, I tell you that. If David doesn't understand it, then surely.
I don't even see it coming up on the page 4, so, where it says chat. Bill, you know anything about that?
Nope,
You see that coming up anywhere?
no. One of those things that's on there that we never use.
I don't see chat.
Hit under directory, hit the top right corner.
Oh, a little question, a little cloud up there. Oh, I see it now. So you can chat with any of the anybody on here, I guess.
No, you can't. That's what I'm asking about. And they couldn't help my calls on contact with the K4 community. I said I would be asking people around, to see whether anybody knows how to use it. And they said, oh, that's a good idea.
Well, that's something for us to look into. Thank you, Marilyn. K4 Community Chat. I just hit Bill Irwin's button, it didn't do anything. I didn't see him jumping up and down or his phone was going off or anything.
Right, exactly, exactly.
All right. Anything else? Well, Stanley is not with us this morning, so we will go from there. Announcements, concerns, comments, miscellaneous items. Well, you're easy bunch today. Well, I got a couple. You didn't think you'd get out of here with nothing, do you? Thanks to questions from this group several months ago, we had the museum open. And it has been open since then for groups. And it can be open for any group that wants it. All you gotta do is let me know when and there. I've got a list of people that want to go, but the person is supposed to be my contact had never got back to me with a when and a where. So, but the Beacon, the last time, in addition to a nice article about Neil Kissel,
Yeah.
and if you know Neil, he's an interesting individual, but nice article. But if you ask him about what's the picture doing with him and the pipe organ in there, be prepared for a conversation. But in that article, in that Beacon, they're having the Grand Lot Museum open house Saturday, September 14th, 10 to 4 p.m. September 14th is the same day as the community event or whatever they call it here in the evening with the fireworks. But 10 to 4 won't interfere with that. So if you care to come by the museum on Saturday, September 14th, from 10 to 4, it will be open. Somebody will be there. And then in addition to that, a couple months ago, I talked about meeting Brooke Simonson, who is our new outreach coordinator for senior social services. And we have arranged for Brooke Simonson to be here on September 27th at 2 o'clock. Similar to what we did with Bill Snow, she has a program where we give her from 2 to 3, and then 3 o'clock's happy hour, and we're all going to go to happy hour, and you will have an opportunity to meet Brooks and find out what she does for senior citizens around the state of Ohio. And in case you're wondering, that's us. Services are available to non-Masons. Some services are available to non-Masons and to Masons. And Brooks will be here to talk about what they do in the area of social work for senior citizens in the state of Ohio. There's like a half a dozen of those ladies around the state. She's a really nice lady. I've got to meet her once and talk to her on the phone, and she's looking forward to being here. So we will have a flyer out on K4 and 1851 and send it by email, but come hear what Brooks has to say, and then hopefully that'll give Brooks, if she wants to stay for happy hour, or if she gets in any interest, she can talk to people for a good period of time. And so that will be coming down on September 27th at 3 o'clock.
What time? Time?
3 o'clock.
3.
She'll be here at 2.
2.
She'll be here at 2, and then, because happy hour's at 3, and we thought that give her an opportunity to maybe have an opportunity to mingle a little bit more. And she lived a good ways away, but she was perfectly ready and willing to come down to do it, so we're going to take her up on it. I have asked some other people to have her down for a program. It didn't happen, so I asked her myself. So we were talking with Jeff, and Mary, and Steve, and Tony, and I were talking, and we decided to do that. So we need to know what she can do for us. We might need it. All right. Anything else? Weird. Yes, Jared. Phil.
I think this is a place for a complaint, but.
Wait a minute. Here, let me get back here.
When they hear this, we don't hear this.
I'm hurrying. It's fast to get there.
Am I in the proper place for a complaint that needs to be carried forward from me personally, not anybody else? I don't understand. When I moved into the place, they take my picture, okay? And then later on, my wife included, on the deal, trying to get pictures of people that live here. And, you know, some people say, I'd like my pictures taken. Oh, I don't want my pictures taken. Get away from my house. There's no reason for that step. It makes no sense. They need to make a copy of this picture, give it to whoever does 4K, put it on there, it's done. No second trial, no guess whether you want it or don't want it. Everybody's picture will be on there. Is there anything?
What does he do?
Carry it forward, try and get it done.
I will gladly make the observation again.
I realize
That's all I can
I
tell you.
realize it's been done before.
Yes.
But if people say they don't want their picture on there, they can't put it on there.
Did they take it to put on this badge that I have?
Yeah,
You already took it.
yeah, I know
It's
that,
done.
but
Well, they are allowed to withhold
it's
all their,
privacy laws.
they are allowed to withhold all their information on K4.
Okay. So then if they don't get it put on at that time, don't take it. There's no reason to go around asking the
It
second
has to be,
time.
it has to be in the badge.
You're done, you're done.
Well, but the badge doesn't have to be communicated to everybody else.
No, but that's the reason
So
that
now
they take
now that
pictures.
makes sense to me that way. If they don't, but then there's no reason to go around a second time. Ask them right then when they give you when they get your badge, say, do you mind if we put it on the listing of who lives here? If they say no, nobody has to go and try and get another picture, it's done.
The only thing I can tell you I will do is I will make the observation again.
Fair enough.
And I use those pictures. I use the K4 pictures. Because my brain isn't too good. And I have to have a little bit of help. Well, a lot. Better.
We'll just go with a little, we're not gonna discuss it.
We will make the observation again, Phil, that's all I can tell you.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything else? Well, they're easy to.
I've got a comment on the K4 thing.
Okay.
I know Scott in the PBX. Scott in the PBX office, he was putting those on the K4 for me. I don't know why he stopped. But then Bill started going around to people, so I'll check with Scott, see if he can
Yeah, and you
start
know,
that
like I say,
again.
that's my personal thing, because every time I turn around, the other half of my family says, oh, I gotta go take some pictures. And then she has to check with you to make sure it's okay. And it was either done or it wasn't done, and then it'd say the hell with it. And like I say, that comes from me personally, not anybody else.
All right. Anything else? Well, we're down to the big part now. Could I have a motion for adjournment? Peggy, I was looking at her, I told her to stop. Peggy, it's easy to do this. Second, please. Thank you, Phil.
Steve.
All right. All those in favor? Aye. Would you rise if you're able for a benediction? Once again, Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for this day, this time, and this place. And we ask you, Lord, to continue to direct our paths and guard our lives and keep us safe and sound until we meet again. And use us each and every day that someone might see the love of Jesus. In his name we pray. Amen. Thank you for coming.